This is our 2 gravity wagons. This one's full of poultry grower. This one's full of our feed that we feed our 25 pigs. This is our jet sled that we couldn't get along without. We fill our gravity wagons into that, and then we fill them into these barrels, or we fill them into our ever-loving gorilla cart. Our gorilla cart is probably one of the most used pieces of equipment on our whole farm, because you literally, it's like essential for everything. I don't remember what we paid for it, but it was one of the best investments we ever made, along with that little orange tractor over there. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to feature that in a video coming up. We've had a couple of little issues and growing pains with it, but this is a little Simplicity Legacy XL. It's a 27 horse, 3-cylinder diesel tractor that I routinely ask to do gargantuan tasks for the size of the machine, and it very, very rarely lets me down or says no. We did have a small automatic transmission leak yesterday, but that was self-induced. Again, me asking it to do things that it really wasn't designed to do. The dealer down at Main and Pinckney in Auburn, they scratch their head every single time I come in there and ask something new and different or try to replace parts, because they're like, 1, you still have it, and 2, stop using it like a bulldozer. But that's another one of those things on this farm that we couldn't have got as far as we have without it, and I think they did a fantastic job building it. Anyway, enough about that. We'll get back to work. Now you don't have to do things like we do it. We're into systems. So like we talked about, we got a calendar here that tells us how old each group of birds are that we're raising out. And then over here we have the breakdown of how much each group of birds and each one of the different things that they're being housed in gets for feeding twice a day. Egg layers, we don't really worry about too much as far as metered amounts, but baby meat birds, you can see they're on 12 on 12 off. They're over in the brooders. And then we've got a Salatin tractor, and we've got the hoop coop, and we've got Suscovich tractors, and we've got all kinds of different stuff that we'll show you as we go along. Not even joking. MVP of the farm, probably this gorilla cart. I don't know how much weight we can actually put in it, but I know we've put 700 pounds in it, probably pretty easy. Works really good for hauling everything. Nice big pneumatic tires. You can lift that handle and the whole bed dumps. This also converts to where we can pop this pin out and slide the handle back, and it'll hook right into the back of the tractor over there, so we can tow the whole thing. You've probably seen us do that before. Really handy piece of equipment. This bed, that's a poly type bed that even when it's cold out doesn't get brittle, hasn't cracked, hasn't punctured. We love it, so we try to treat it kindly, but we also use the snot out of it every day, so it actually seals up enough that it'll hold water. So pretty cool. All right, so here we go again. I'm nice and clean already. First thing in the morning. It's not for the faint of heart. Anyhow, systems, right? Talking systems. These are some of the different systems that we use to grow these birds out. This is our hoop coop, okay? Basically what this is 3 16-foot cattle panels arched, okay? So if you can see inside, there's the heavy-duty cattle panel pieces that we arch over the top, hook into this pressure-treated frame. 2x6s going around. We frame the back, we frame the front, put a door in it. That's 4-inch PVC pipe that we suspend as feeders That's a sort of a bell waterer. I can't think of what it's called right now. It's not a Placid, but it's very similar. It came from Premier One, sells that. It's a little shelf we put on the back. We can actually run 2 waterers when it gets hot. When it gets hot. It was just 100 degrees almost for a better part of a week. Anyway, these guys have done fine with it, but we can actually add a second waterer. We can put the bucket right over there. And then it just holds that as a reservoir and it runs down, drips into there. It automatically shuts off when it's full. That way these guys can drink. Once it's lighter, that trips the mechanism on the inside so it fills back up. This one's pretty easy to move. That's the one thing I like about it. It's airy, it's open. We can house 100 chicks in it to start them, and then we have to split them off into something else. The adult stage birds, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, probably 50, 60. We don't usually house more than 50 in any one of these. All right, this is the Godfather setup. This is the Joel Salatin chicken tractor. Basically, Polyface Farm. It's built right to his specifications. It works really good, keeps them safe, gives them lots of room. It's also pretty airy and open, but if you've got any kind of weather, it protects them pretty good from the back and from the top. It is kind of a bear to move, and it's not as easy as this one or the other ones that I'm going to show you, because you can't walk in this. So I mean, you kind of got to get in and under and all that good stuff. But it does open. This panel opens. This panel opens. You can lift it up. See? So anyhow, we're going to pull trays and we're going to move these up and feed them. Last thing I'm going to show you is this little smaller one. It's kind of a hybrid between the two. A fellow by the name of John Suscovich came up with these. This is the setup that he has and he uses. It's not as big, but it's, like we said, it's kind of a hybrid between the two. It is very, very easy to move. Super easy to move for one person. It's got wheels on the back. It's got a tarp that goes over it. It's got hardware cloth and chicken wire. Pretty gosh darn predator proof. We have never, knock on wood, had an issue with that. This will only hold about 25 to 30. We run 25 in here at a time. It gives them lots of room, lots of space. And they get moved twice a day, just like everything else. This is just kind of our small group bunch. Motorcycle tie-down strap. Really, really handy for this, because there's 2 eye bolts here and here on the front, wheels on the back. You can take them, and then we can also adjust the length of it. If I'm pulling it, I'm going to have it a little bit longer. If my wife or my son's pulling it, we're going to make it a little shorter. It's really handy for doing that. Plus it just comes off and we hang them up. I'm no genius, but that's what we came up with, and it seems to be working really good. So we're going to do some chores. We're going to feed these guys, move them a little bit. You guys can see how that goes. Alright, so like I said earlier, this thing's pretty great because we can haul a ton of stuff, and then this handle slides right back. So now we can hook it to something, and we buddy this up behind our water wagon. We buddy this up to about everything, you know, that we can pull with. It'll hook to the 4-wheeler, it'll go to this. Do we need it right now? No, not really, but we're just kind of showing you guys some more of those systems that we talked about and how we do things. It's all work no matter how you slice it, but you can do things to make work a little easier, more efficient, quicker. So that's what we shoot for, because I don't think we could do this all on our own. those are just some of the systems that we use on a daily basis to do everything that we do for everybody that we do it for. Because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of time and it's a lot of dedication, but we wouldn't have it any other way, because there's only so many ways that you can do what we do and do it right. Hope you enjoyed it.